Hey Courtney. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about minimum wage in this video. Maybe this is like what we could do as a challenge. We could challenge each other to talk about like different things happening in the country, even though this is kind of not as much of a current event as it was like last week. Oh well. So I have minimal knowledge about this subject. I'm just gonna come out right here and say it. But I'm gonna tell you what I think because I was once a minimum wage worker, and I was in high school, living at home. Didn't really have to support myself or anything. But let me tell you that $7.25 an hour. Oh, by the way, when we talk about like wages, we're talking about it like before they take out income tax, right? And like all those other taxes. So like after tax, it's like $4 an hour. So I'm for raising the minimum wage. I think that, well, I know that it's worth less, like in real wages. Alright, we're gonna get a little economic here. I hope you don't mind. You don't think this is boring. Maybe the fact that I'm saying it makes it more exciting. I don't know. I can bring in Hobbs periodically if you think cats will help keep your attention. Anyway, so there is nominal wage and there is real wage. I should have finger puppets or something. I don't have any finger puppets. I only have one Hunger Games book available to me. Here we go. So, we're going to use my iPad as the nominal wage and this book as the real wage. So, here's a good example, right? I get a bonus for like around the holiday season or whatever, and they tell you what it is. So let's say I got $100. I got more, but this is an example. So you're like, yay, $100. That's great. I can go out and buy a third of this iPad. Love it. And then you get your check for your bonus, and you find that they've taken out a third of your $100 in taxes, and you're left with $70. And you're like, well, that is not nearly as nice as $100. Which one would you rather have? $100. Duh. So you're like, well, I can't really afford a third of an iPad, so I'll just buy this book. I mean, it's a good book. Like, I love books, but they're not as exciting as iPads. Hobbs wants to leave the room. I closed the door so he can't get out, so he's just going to be scratching at the door. So anyway, so what really matters is the real wage, because they don't factor in inflation. And taxes aren't actually factored into the real wage. These are like all after taxes calculations. But that was a really bad example now I think about it. Okay, so let's see here. So inflation makes the prices of things go up, right? Sad, you cry when the prices of things go up. So yeah, so like let's say that you get a $100 paycheck every week, and you're like, yay, after 3 or 4 weeks I can buy myself one of these. Yay. But then, because they're like $300 or $400, fast forward 3 years, you're still making $100 a week, and the price of this thing has gone up to like $500, and you're like, well, damn, my money doesn't have as much purchasing power as it used to. That's inflation. So real wage, back to this lovely book. I'm using this ad that I got in the mail as a bookmark. It's for this store called Bonton, and I have never actually heard of it. I don't know how they got my name. Anyway, yeah, so then you get sad and maybe probably a little bit mad that your $100 doesn't buy you as much of an iPad as it used to. Right? That's inflation. And you're like, oh, sad, sad, sad. So that's why salaried workers, which is like you get paid like a certain amount of money a year instead of an hour, they have a percentage increase that's like called the cost of living increase, and that's supposed to go up with the rate of inflation. So that way, even though the nominal amount increases, the real amount stays the same. So you're not losing money, or well, like getting like decreases in salary, because no one likes this. Well, the minimum wage in the US is not tied to inflation. Come on up, Hobbs. You want to be in the video? He actually wants to leave. Come be in the video. So let's say Hobbs is working at, he makes videos for a living, because what else can cats do, really? Right? Here he is. Hi, Hobbs. So he's making videos, and he's having a grand old time because he's a cat and he doesn't know anything else. And he's getting paid minimum wage. And with that wage, he buys himself cat treats or cat toys or whatever. Oh, look, he's here. Look at the fit. Look, it's you. Oh, look at how cute you are. He doesn't like to look at himself. Yeah, so let's say that he buys cat treats and cat food, and he supports himself on what he gets paid by making videos. And then 3 years later, his food costs have gone up, but he still gets paid the same amount. Not cool. Not cool. It should go up too. So that's why I think minimum wage should be increased. Plus, our minimum wage is so much lower than every other Western country. So, yeah. But some people don't agree, and they're like, I had to suffer through this, and so should everyone else. And I'm like, well, I suppose that's true to an extent. But isn't the whole point of things, like, to make it better and not keep it as sucky? I don't know. Plus, certain things didn't cost as much, like going to school 20 years ago as they did today, and they didn't just increase with the rate of inflation, they've gone like way up. So yeah, that's why I think that minimum wage should be increased. I'm gonna go, because that's about all I have to say on this topic. And I'm not editing any of these videos, so I hope they're not too painful to watch. Hope you enjoyed Hobbs. If not, my lovely explaining of minimum wage and inflation, and I mean lovely as in probably pretty bad, because I didn't think this through at all before I made it. So anyway, I look forward to your video in response. I'm gonna go take a shower and have a snack and drink some tea, so maybe my head won't hurt as much, and my throat won't be hurting in the morning, but it probably will, and I don't want to be sick for my finals. So yeah. Okay. Bye, Courtney. Don't die with your tests and working at Meijer. Get lots of sleep, and I'll see you later. Where's the bus stop? Oh, here it is. Okay, bye.